Today, the RSS boasts of having a trained militia of 600,000 members who proudly call themselves Swayamsevaks, volunteers, whose numbers include the Prime Minister and most of his cabinet. The ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, functions as the parliamentary political department of the RSS. Ram Madhav, its secretary, is a member of the RSS. By insisting on viewing the BJP as an independent entity, as an ordinary right-wing conservative political party, by inadvertently or deliberately minimizing its organic connection to the RSS, many in the Indian and international media, as well as many who claim to be secular and liberal, have eased its path to political power. Modi's mainstream political career was launched coincidentally, or maybe not, just weeks after 9/11, when he was appointed as the Chief Minister of the state of Gujarat, although he was not an elected member of the Legislative Assembly. Within months of that appointment, under his watch, a pogrom against Muslims took place in Gujarat, in which 2,000 people were killed in broad daylight. Within months, he called elections and won. At a grand convention of businessmen and industrialists in Gujarat, CEOs of several of India's major corporations openly endorsed him as their future candidate for Prime Minister. Just after this genocidal killing, the captains of industry said, "This is our candidate for Prime Minister." Fascism and capitalism exchanged marriage vows in a not-so-quiet ceremony and moved in together. After 3 terms as Gujarat's Chief Minister, Modi was elected Prime Minister of India in 2014. He was given a hero's welcome by the liberal commentariat, and he has traveled the world embracing and being embraced by world leaders, including Barack Obama and Emmanuel Macron, and Donald Trump, of course, but that is no surprise. None of them is ignorant about who Modi really is, but all of them have something to sell to this market of more than 1 billion people. Now, after 5 years in office and a vicious communal campaign, he and his cohorts are seeking re-election. In what marks a dangerous turn of events, newspapers reported a public speech by Maneka Gandhi, a union minister in Modi's cabinet, in which she said that villages would be graded according to which ones voted for the BJP in the greatest numbers, and they would be rewarded or punished by the award or withholding of development proportionate to their loyalty. She's by no means the only one speaking this language, by no means the only one who has openly suggested that the party knows who has voted for it and who has not, and that retribution will follow. And by no means the first to hint that political parties have access to data from what is supposed to be a secret ballot, data that they can use to their advantage in dangerous ways that completely undermine elections and democracy itself. In the era of surveillance capitalism, a few people will know everything about us and will use information to control us. India is fighting for her soul. Even if the BJP loses the elections, which, despite having more money than all the other political parties put together, despite more or less complete control of the mainstream media, it well might. It will not mean that we're out of danger. The RSS is chameleon-like and moves on 1,000,000 legs, capturing power with an absolute majority, as it did 5 years ago, put motors on those legs. But merely losing an election will not prevent it from continuing its long walk to hell. It can change color when it has to, wear a mask of reason and inclusiveness when it needs to. It has proved its ability to function as an underground organization as well as an overground one. It is a patient, hard-working beast that has burrowed its way into every institution in the country: courts, universities, media outlets, security forces, intelligence services. If a new non-BJP government is sworn in, most likely a fragile coalition, it is likely to be met by a ferocious onslaught of manufactured violence and false flag attacks to which we have become accustomed. There will be cow carcasses discovered on highways, beef found in temples, and pigs thrown into mosques. When the country burns, the far right will once again present themselves to us as the only ones capable of running a hard state and handling the problem. Will a polity that has been deeply polarized be able to see through these games? It's hard to say.